Hey, everybody. This is Casey Corbin, and I'm really happy to introduce you to Cassia. Cassia, say hello.
Hi, how are you doing, guys? I hope that you're going to enjoy today's webinar, and after that, you're actually going to be able to do your own webinars, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, all right. That's quite a promise. That's good. Hey, I met Cassia, and we on some other groups that we were in together, and she has a fabulous program called Confidence on Camera, and it's and honestly, don't you agree, Cassia, that it's like there's never been a time like this before that more people need to be making videos, I'm sure, than any other time in history.
Oh, definitely. And I think that we are prompted now to use camera many more times, much more than we used to, because we cannot actually go anywhere else. We just very often have to start using it. But then we sometimes have a choice because we were thinking about starting online business, and now it's a very, very good time to do it.
Very good time.
On the other hand, there is a group of people who is just in the situation when they don't have a choice. They just have to start using camera, even though they don't like it or don't really enjoy it or hate it even. So it's a really difficult time for some people, but I think it's just, pushing us a little bit outside of that.
I think that's good. And I know that your story, and I want you to share that in just a second, is really cool about how you got pushed into this and how you didn't start off super confident about everything. But I know that everybody is thinking right now, Cassie has such a cute accent. Where is she from? They want to know where you were born and where you are now and where you traveled to. Tell everybody about yourself.
Okay, so I was born in Poland. I've been there for quite a long time because I finished my graduation and I graduated as a psychologist. And then I fell in love, and me and my husband moved into Ireland. So I lived there for about 8 years.
That does not sound like an Irish accent.
Does it not? Because everyone tells me that it sounds a little bit, and sometimes I do use it. But I'm guessing that it's just fading away because I am in Qatar now at the moment for over 4.5 years. So I'm guessing it's going to get mixed a little bit. So if you hear some Delhi accent, it's probably going to be more likely in a few years.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. Good. Well, okay. So how in the world, you were in school to be a psychologist, right? And most people know me, I'm a counselor, so we have that in common too. And so what in the world got your attention as far as how can I help people become more confident on camera?
All right. So that wasn't easy. And if you asked me a few years ago, I probably wouldn't even guess it. that's going to happen. But what happened was I started training. I was working as a psychologist. Then I moved to Ireland. Then I did a life coaching course. Oh. I started doing a lot of life coaching, and then, mixed with being psychologist and being psychotherapist. And I moved actually to being life coach full time. And at that time, my husband got a job in Qatar, and we moved in here. But before that even happened, I had to start recording videos because I didn't have a choice. I actually had to start recording videos on my own as course sign up. So in order to finish it, I actually had to provide a recording from my trainings. And I will tell you.
So you were forced.
I was dying every single time when I was recording my trainings on the camera. I was ashamed every single time when I was looking at it. I was scared to even look at myself in the camera. I was scared, and whenever even I caught myself in the corner of my eye, I just felt like I'm going to die. That I was seriously so badly.
Wow.
Scared of it, ashamed of it. And you know what? I'm looking at those recordings, some of those recordings from the early times, and I'm thinking, what were they thinking?
Yeah, they were fine, weren't they?
It's fine. I'm a human there, like 2 legs, 2 arms, and everything's fine. And I say things that are quite smart as well. So, but then if you are in your head and if you're really, really scared of camera, you're exaggerating so many things that you don't like, that it's just unbelievable. But then I came here to Qatar and I started thinking, okay, it would be really nice to start recording vlog from Qatar because that's a very exotic country. And I didn't know anyone in Poland who would be in Qatar before. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to record a vlog in Polish for Polish people so they know how it is to work in an Arabic country. And I couldn't start doing it for about 8 months.
Oh,
Seriously,
wow.
thinking that, oh my God, I really wanted to do it. And then at some point, seriously, I'm not going to swear here, swearing in a day. But at some point, I just said, oh no, I just have to figure out how to do it. And I started doing it. And then I figured out how to do it with pleasure, how to do it, with ease, how to do it without adding so much stress into it. And then it just grew on me, and I even love it right now. To be honest with you, at the moment, I am at this situation when if there is something to show, I just take out my camera, I record it, and I just go, hi guys, and then I tell everyone what to do. And I keep sending videos to my friends, to my family. They're sick of it already. And I'm telling you,
She's unstoppable now, folks.
yes, yes. And so basically, this is really, really nice. So I was thinking that, okay, so if I am so scared to actually, come up on camera, probably there's loads of people who are scared as well.
Yeah.
So maybe I could help them how to do it. I hope I could help them to do it, to start recording their courses on the camera, because camera gives you so many opportunities.
Yeah, it does.
So I came up with a coaching program, and I called it 30 Days to Confidence on Camera Challenge, because you are actually going through the program with me for 30 days. And
Wow.
during this 30 days, you are going through a huge transformation. This is exactly what I have done for myself. And because I am a psychologist and a life coach, I actually packed it all with the knowledge that I have. So it's supporting people in many, many areas. And do you know what? People are using this knowledge not only to start recording their videos, but also to start new projects and, progress with those projects, because they're learning so much and they are actually experiencing so much during this course. It is possible, people. Really, even if you hate camera right now, or if you are super scared of camera, you're ashamed of yourself on camera, it is possible to change it, really. And it's not so difficult.
That is
Really
so
not.
true. I remember when I started, my membership programs, 2 and 3 years ago, and having to get on camera, right? And do monthly lives, and I remember, and just even to create even the sales page and the sales videos to try to, help people to, find their way to my membership programs. And I actually needed somebody to help me. And it was as a friend of mine who is also she's had a lot of experience in front of camera, in front of people. She's just one of those people that could walk out on a stage of 50,000 people and sing and do whatever. She's, been a professional, musician and singer. And so I didn't realize it at the time, but I basically was asking her to coach me, on how to do it. What we did was I asked her to basically interview me for the sales page, because when I got in front of the camera, I would talk in monotone and I would share these points, and I would, it would be boring and horrible. Yeah. And so she would pull life out of me, and I would be able to, be a lot more interesting or exuberant on the camera. And from that experience, we actually never did use those videos that we created, because I kind of shifted, the way that I was handling things. But it taught me how to go ahead and do that, and how to do it imperfectly. Most of my listeners know, I have dyslexia. It affects the way that I speak too. So I jumble up words every time that I do a video. I've said something, in the wrong way, and and I'm on the autism spectrum, and so I just have that's a social thing. And so for me, I've had a lot to overcome, and I always like to tell people, if I can do this, you can do this. So for years now, you have been helping people to be able to get confidence on camera. So how about sharing some tips with our learners? What do you think is, if someone's saying to you, I've got this business that I need to promote, I know I should be doing Facebook Lives. Casey's been telling me to do Facebook Lives.
Yeah.
But I just can't seem to get the nerve. Like you said, you sat there for 8 hours, So what's some tips to help them get started?
Okay, so I think that it's a very good idea to actually start thinking which medium is better for you for now, to easier to start, because there is pre-recorded video and there is live video.
That's right.
And during the course of teaching people and being with people, I've noticed that some people are just, fantastic on live videos, and they really don't like pre-recorded videos. On the other hand, there is another group that absolutely enjoys pre-recorded videos. Okay, I exaggerated with enjoying it. Okay,
Maybe not enjoyed it, but
they are okay to start with it because they know that they can repeat it a few times, they can perfect it to a moment, but then they are dying if they have to do live video. So I think that my first tip would be start with something that's easier for you.
it's good.
If you want to do lives, do lives. If you think that it's going to be easier to do a pre-recorded video, do a pre-recorded video. Okay, but before you do it, because obviously we know that there is loads of things that is going to happen before the moment that you have an idea and before actually you will post, and between posting the video online, there is loads of things that we do. First of all, we are sitting in front of the camera for ages, looking at the camera and wondering what is going to happen if I press record. Please, please, please do not do it. Do not do it. What you need to do first is come up with the idea. And it really doesn't matter whether you will choose a pre-recorded video or a live video. What matters is that you have to have an idea what you're going to say. And then if you have this idea, I would like you to go somewhere else. Do not sit in front of the camera. Go somewhere else, take a pen, take a paper, and the smaller it is, it's better, to be honest with you. So don't make it big, just make it quite consistent, and write down 3 to 5 words that you're going to talk about. 3 to 5 words, not more. Obviously, if there is like an expression, but it's very short and it's very easy to spot, definitely write it down. And then think what you're going to talk about those words. What are you going to talk? These are going to be your prompts in case you forget what you're going to talk about. Because that's one of the things that happens to us. We press record and then we go blank. Oh, no. And then because you go blank, you don't want to press record the second time because you are afraid that it's going to happen again. And this is why it happens. Because if we, get scared, first thing that's going to happen, our brain is going to tell us, run, it's scary.
Get away.
Scary. You should actually leave this because we don't know what's going to happen. So in order to actually overcome this, we need those word prompts that are going to remind us what we were going to talk about. So what you've done, you have an idea for the video, live video or pre-recorded video. You go somewhere else, you write down 3 to 5 words. Do not use more for the beginning. Later on, you will record 1 hour videos, 1 hour lives. For now, let's just aim for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's going to be fine. I bet you that there are going to be people here that once they start talking, they will not shut up for an hour and a half. This happens in my courses all of the time. There's 2 kinds of people, actually. One of them, come on the camera, they're going to talk very fast, and after 15 seconds, the whole video is going to be finished, and they're going to go. But the second group is just, they start talking, and they cannot finish. So hopefully you're going to be on this other side. But, okay, so you had an idea, you have your prompts on the piece of paper, then you go sit or stand in front of the camera. If you have a sticky note like I do, you stick it close to your camera. If you're using your phone, just stick it to your phone. And then sit down or stand up. It depends on whatever you prefer. And then count 3, 2, 1, press record and go. And just go. Do not overthink it. Do not sit in front of the camera for hours. This is one of the things that people do. First of all, the first mistake we usually do is we don't prepare the prompts that we need. We really need it at the start. To be honest with you, I thought I really needed them at the start. Then I stopped using them because I thought that it's really easy for me to talk in front of the camera. And the more and more experienced I am, the more and more I use them because I want my videos to be full of information rather than, just blabbing. Because I want them to be consistent and I want them to be really helpful. I make sure that I actually am able to tell people just what I'm going to tell them. Do not, go to the monkeys and deserts. I'm just sticking to the topic. So use those prompts, and then do not sit in front of the camera for ages, because that's what you do. Even if you think that you are not thinking of, because the camera is not on and you're sitting in front of the camera and taking your notes, your brain still knows that this camera is in front of you, and what is going to happen in a second is just super scary. That's why you need to hide from your camera at first, in order to make sure that you can calmly prepare your text, and do not write the whole text. It's not going to be helpful. It's going to confuse you even more, because you will try to read and you will try to follow every single sentence. This is going to throw you off the topic, and you're going to be even more stressed. Do not do it. We need 3 to 5 words that are easy to read. So if you are scrobbling, then just use capital letters. Stick it close to your camera, or stick it at your camera, whatever you're using. And then when you sit in front of the camera, count 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom.
And you will see that your head is not going to go off.
That's cool. That's very
You're
good.
going to survive. Your heart is not going to stop.
That is some great stuff. Now, Beth has commented, neither live nor recordings bug me. It's watching myself after the fact that I can't do.
Listen, then don't watch yourself. This is fine. Just don't watch yourself. Although, to be honest with you, Beth, what happened to me at the very, very beginning, when I had to record videos, I was just basically recording them, and I was really scared. And I can see now, when I'm watching those recordings, that I was so scared and so uncomfortable in front of the camera, that it's so visible and so obvious. But I wasn't even watching myself. But because I had to record them, I was just recording them, and I was posting them wherever I needed. But then because there is one thing that actually happens to us. This is a secret, okay? So don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Why we don't like watching ourselves on camera is because we have certain expectations. One thing we need to know about our brain doesn't like the things that doesn't know. And we think that we know ourselves. After living with ourselves for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, we are absolutely sure. We're absolutely sure that we know what we look like, that we know what we behave like, and then we also know what we sound like. And this is not true. And because we have those expectations, we watch ourselves on the camera and we go, this is not me. I don't behave like this. And the first complaint that I usually hear is, my voice sounds so bad.
Yeah.
And there is a very simple reason for that. We hear ourselves from inside. We don't hear what other people hear. Mm-hmm. We hear ourselves from inside. That's why there is a difference. And when there is a difference, our brain goes, oh, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. I don't know this. I don't recognize it. I don't like it. So that's one of the things. And then what we look like. We usually see ourselves in the mirror, okay? And when we see ourselves in the mirror, what do? We make sure we look good. We look this, and then we have our favorite profile as well. And we are usually static because we smile, or we do our makeup and everything, but we know those faces. But we completely don't know our face while we are talking. We don't know our face while we are listening. We don't know our face while we are, surprised, scared, interested. We don't know that. And because we don't know that, we don't recognize it. And when our brain doesn't recognize something, it goes, I don't like it. Turn it off. I'm not going to watch it. So that's what happens when people are actually recording videos with me. After a while, they get used to it. They get used to voice, and they start liking it because they start recognizing it. Oh, this is my voice. And they even start thinking, oh, this is nice. Oh, actually, okay. When I sit like this, I look quite nice. Or when I look like this, I quit. And then very often one of the complaints that I'm getting is, I really don't like my face when I talk because I make faces. People, we make faces while we talk. We do. And the worst thing, but you know what, the best lesson that you can get when you want to get easy on yourself and when you want to get used to your weird faces, start making your movies. Because when you have to cut, the camera is going to stop you at some awkward moment. You are going to be so scared and so terrified watching them at the very, very moment, very first moment. But then after, to be honest with you, after making my own movies videos for about 4 years. There is nothing that can, throw me off. There's
Wow.
nothing. I've seen worse. Do you know this moment when Facebook Live sometimes catches your face and it puts on the miniature of the video
Yeah, a little
and you look
thumbnail.
like yeah, exactly. And you look like,
Yeah.
okay, that needs to be changed. You know what? Facebook Live cannot catch me really. In the worst case scenario, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. So
That's
you
great.
kind of, you kind of go easy with that after a while.
That's really
Seriously.
good. That's good advice. I remember starting and I really hated doing the videos. And I knew the direction I wanted to go. And so I knew that videos were part of that. And I didn't want to watch my videos either. And it's funny, my wife is the same. She's teaching right now in the other room to fifth graders, here, she's a virtual teacher, and she sends out videos to the parents, which I'm one of them. So I receive them, and I'll sit there and I'll play the video while she sits next to me, and she'll get up and leave the room because she does not want to see herself on
Yeah.
video. She doesn't want to hear herself. She's just like, I can't stand that. I said, you really need to get comfortable with yourself. You really need to, because you're doing a great job. She's like, I messed that up, terribly, just like you just described. And I said, no, you didn't. Everything was articulate and it was good. And so one is that I actually, when I'm done with this video, I will probably watch our interview 2 or 3 times afterwards. I will watch it, not only for the great content that you're giving, but also to watch myself, because that's how I learn and it's how I grow. And I see, okay, Casey, avoid these phrases. Watch your frame. When you're out of frame over here talking, that wasn't good. You're away from your mic. I'm learning these things, the hard way, I guess. But it has helped me to become more comfortable with myself and more comfortable with my presence, on camera. And so that's been good. And I also love what you said. When I have looked at some of the videos that I've recently, that I did interviews and did some things 3 years ago. And I thought, I know I've improved so much. Those must be trash. But as I look at them, they're good.
Exactly. And you know what? I was watching my very, very early video when I was recording that as a training. And I was thinking, this girl is pretty smart. Really? I was thinking, that's a pretty smart talk.
Yeah,
And that's why
that's
at
good.
some point, do you know what? When I was in a stage yet that I really didn't like watching my videos, but I wanted to record them, I started thinking, okay, my goal for this video is to give people this and this information. And as long as this video is giving this and this information,
That's
it's
right.
good to post. It's good to post. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be beautiful. It's not always going to be beautiful. Sometimes it's, you're gonna make a face, or something's gonna happen with your shirt or with your collar, or it doesn't matter really, as long as people are getting really important information that they can use at home. And I was thinking, this is good. And after a while, you seriously just get used to. You seriously just get used to. But if you want to know a little bit more about it, you can just join me.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
Q&A.
absolutely. I love hearing what you're saying is focusing on serving other people, focus on your message and that they receive it. Don't focus on you. Then we get all narcissistic and ego driven and, now it's all about me. But no, the information that I've got is to travel through this video, through the Ethernet and, and go, and it's going to help somebody. Right.
Yes,
And so
that
when
is very true.
yeah, so we focus on the message, we focus on, our content that needs to get out there. And then, if we say, 37 times, or if something else fails, or if we get you and I had some internet problems here in the beginning, we almost started a little bit late here. You had some, so you're telling me about some, the video that you're doing before, this one, and 17 things went wrong, in it, and just keeping your composure and just focusing on the message, and it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The message is the most important thing, isn't it?
It
When you
is.
start thinking about it that way, it's much easier to record it because you stop thinking about the
You.
way you look. You start thinking about the way people are going to understand it or people are going to listen to it, which is super, super important because it's very important to think about the message, the way you frame it in order for people to get it easily, to understand it easily. And that changes. It's a shift, but it is a shift that happens after a while. When you
Yeah.
get used to your faces, when you get used to your voice, when you get used to your movements. And obviously, it's, as you said, we can improve and we can change, and we probably will want to see some changes in the future. But I want to tell you that there is one important thing because there's one more mistake that people do when they start. Really, I know that the person is at the very beginning stages of recording when they ask me a question, Kasia, tell me what is wrong with my video. And I'm saying, no, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready.
You can't handle it.
Exactly. Because obviously we can, I've seen so many videos and I've seen so many lives and I've learned how to do something. So I can tell you a lot of things, but first thing that we need to learn is what we are good at. It is so important on video, what we are good at. And I know that very often what we are looking for is, some little improvement or even huge improvements that we can do in order to make this video absolutely fantastic. I'm going to tell you for sure that one of the biggest improvements that you can make to your videos at the moment, even without any coach talking to you, is find one thing that you're really good at when you're recording your videos and do it over and over and over and over. Do it more. Do it, more often. Do it always. This is something that has to happen no matter what. And if you start doing this, you will see huge shift and huge improvement in your videos. And I know that it's not easy because at the very, very beginning, we are looking for those things to correct, but we do not see the things that we are good at. That's why it's so important sometimes to have someone who's going to look at your video and is going to tell you exactly what you are very good at, what is fantastic in your video already.
That's good.
And if you start, and it's so difficult to tell it to people, you cannot believe that we do not hear this. We are so easy in, listening and hearing things that we need to correct. It's so easy for us to hear them. But when someone tells you what you're good at, people kind of go, yeah, but tell me what to correct. I was like, can you just repeat what I told you?
Yeah.
They were, seriously, like 30 seconds later, they cannot even tell me what I told them a second ago because we don't listen out for those things that we're good at.
So focus on the positives first. Okay,
yes.
I like that. Yeah.
And then when you know exactly what you're good at, there are two things that happen. You don't care about those little corrections that you think you need to do. You are gonna do them out of, I want to make it beautiful. That's why I'm going to make those corrections. And you're not gonna think, I have to make those corrections to even exist.
Nice.
This is from a completely different place, different place.
Get started and then improve as you go.
Yes, but then it's important get started and make sure that you know what you're good at. Yeah. Because then when haters come in, right? Because they don't come in so early, so you don't have to worry, really. You need to have some followers in order for you, to be worth to hate you. Because if nobody's watching you, nobody's going to watch haters.
Sounds like a compliment when they do, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When you get a first hater, it means it was worth to hate you.
Oh,
so that's
nice.
very good.
I've had some haters.
Good.
All right.
Yes. Good. But then when they come in and they tell you something, they're going to, comment on something, and probably they're going to comment on something that really was bad because they're really good at, catching those
Picking
things.
That out.
But you don't get scared because you know already what you're good at. And you can say, yeah, I do. But you know what? It's cool. All right. It's fine.
Yeah. Or you could take the feedback and as an, they meant it not out of love, but I'm going to take that information and I'm going to go, okay, well, I think maybe they're right. I could tweak this. I could do this. I could improve. Yeah, even from a hater.
Yes, but you can look at it because before, if you don't know your strengths, you are scared and and you're not going to listen. You're not going to look at it because you're going to be scared that you're going to discourage you from doing that at all. But if you know your strengths, they can tell you something that you can look at it. Yeah, all right, that light could be better. And then you can choose, but I'm going to improve it if I have time, but I'm not going to improve it because it's going to take my budget and I don't have a budget for that.
Yeah.
And it's fine and it's okay and it's all right. You don't even have to answer them. And whatever I usually say to people whenever they have to deal with haters, just delete it. If you don't like it, just delete it. It's your space. It's like your living room.
Yeah.
If you don't want someone in your living room, ask them to leave. Seriously, it's so easy. It's so easy.
That's really great. Kasia, I've posted the link to the event that you're doing this Thursday that's free for people.
Yes.
And I believe if I've translated the time correctly, it's going to be noon Eastern Standard Time. So if anybody wants to correct me on that, you'll see the. All right. So anybody listening, and if you're watching this in replay, please type "Hi, I'm watching this in replay." We'd like to hear that, and then go to this link because tell us what are we going to find out on Thursday. I'm definitely coming. What are you going to be doing in this free webinar?
Okay, so on this webinar, I'm going to tell you step by step how to become confident on camera.
Wow.
I'm actually telling you exactly step by step what to do. I'm also telling you what mistakes to avoid, and I was telling you a little bit about them today as well. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to explain them really deeply on this webinar. But what is super important, you can actually take this plan, implement it, and you can become really happy that you're going to record your own videos. So this is actually going to take you from I hate camera to let's make a video.
Nice.
And this is going to surprise you, because when it happens, when you start recording your own videos, or when you stop being afraid of camera, I'm not promising that you're going to be super happy about it after those 30 days, but basically what I'm going to tell you is you will be okay with it. And then if you will see the use of it, you will have no problem recording yourself, which will surprise you, because at some point, this is what surprised me. This is what happened to me. I started noticing those opportunities, and I said, okay, guys, let's make a video. People are going to watch it, and people are going to see it, and people are going, ooh. And this is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to tell you something. After this webinar, people are actually writing to me emails saying, Kasia, I took it, I listened to it, I took notes, I took it, and I implemented that, and I'm now recording my own videos for my channel.
Wow.
They are actually saying that. So if you want to, you can definitely come on Thursday, watch my webinar. It's going to be live, so you can ask me questions, which is super important, because very often you probably have some thoughts about it. Probably tried something scared you, or there is some technical difficulties. I am staying until the last question is asked.
Wow.
And I'm answering all the questions. So you can ask me whatever you want around the video. I'm not going to talk about life coaching in general. I'm going to talk about videos. So definitely come, because it's really worth watching. Just the webinar is absolutely fantastic. And it's very, very helpful to everyone who would like to start recording their own videos, because they feel that they have either idea for the course or for the content for their YouTube channel, for their Facebook, for their Instagram, and they know that this is important. If you know that this is important, if you know that it would increase your broadcast and increase your visibility online, definitely come and watch it, because you can just take this information, use it, and go crazy on camera.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I hope you guys join me, because I'm going to be, hopefully, if I've got the time right, noon on Thursday, if you're in Eastern Standard Time and you're watching this.
That's actually a very good idea, because I am actually very confused when it comes to times. And you probably have seen my email here, because I was panicking because you weren't here when I was ready. And
I was delayed.
Room. And then I said, okay, I better go and go to some time converter and check if this is right time. And it was the wrong time, and I was here an hour before.
Oh no,
Casey! Here. Then I realized, okay, this is the wrong time. So I think what I can do is I can add the link to Calendly, that is going to show you the particular time.
That'd be great.
For you, I think it's going to work. Yeah. Definitely, it's I think 5 p.m. London time. So if someone understands London time, then you know.
My London people watching, please tell me if 5 p.m. London time is noon Eastern Standard Time.
That's a good question.
I Googled it, and that's what it said, but it just seemed confusing.
And then, very often what happens with the time zones is, the time zones are called different by different countries. And then you kind of go, I have no idea whether that's today or tomorrow. You don't know.
Yeah.
So I'll try to do something in order to accommodate you, so you can actually adjust the time.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so today's Monday when we're recording this. If you're watching this in replay, it is Monday, October the 5th. And then we're talking about a free webinar that Kasia is doing on Thursday. October the, what is that day? I've lost it
How's that, you know?
already. I
Okay.
gotta look. The 8th.
October the 8th.
Yes,
Yes.
on Thursday, October the 8th. And so please join on, click that link. It's free. Sign up, and I'll see you guys there. Any final things you'd like to say, Kasia, to anybody?
If someone won't be able to watch it at noon, it's very good idea to sign up anyway, because I'm going to have another dates that are going to be at different times of the day.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe you'll find a date that is actually going to suit you. So you'll be able to be live and ask me questions. So it's a very good idea to just sign up and see what time is going to, what day and what time is going to suit you, because I'm guessing we are talking to different people from different countries as well. So
Yeah.
they probably can just find the best time for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's really important, guys, that you come up on camera. And I want you, if you would take one thing from today, I want you to remember that learning to come up on camera and learning to confidence on camera is a skill that you can just get. It's available for everyone. There is no person on the earth that is not able to do it. Seriously, there's no person. It's just a skill like anything else. One day you couldn't drive a car and now you can. One day you couldn't do your job and now you can. One day you couldn't turn on your smartphone and now you can. And it's exactly the same with the camera. One day, maybe now, you hate it, and there is going to be a time in the future when you're going to love it. And just do it as quickly as possible. Don't wait any longer.
Love it. All right. That's great. Thanks so much, Cassia, for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me, Casey. It's actually so great. And thank you for watching me, guys. And I hope that you're going to enjoy. And I wish you loads of success online, because it's the best time to actually burst and then bloom online with the businesses.
That sounds great. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.